And one hack that I usually do, I treat our hustle like a game. And so your team doesn't do it. I think they do. They treat it like a scoreboard. And what you got to do is just remember every single day it starts over. Because I run into the same frustrations like, oh man, this processor ain't doing their job, or, you know, I got to put out this fire. And at the end of the day, that's why we get paid the big bucks, right? But where it comes down to where like you're burnt out, or where you feel frustrated, or you feel like, man, you know, like I'm good because I got 80 loans in the pipeline. At the end of the day, what you got to really remember, number one, is your why, right? So I did a post the other day as far as my why. And you don't even need to have kids, right? Like you could have something else that's pushing you, influencing you. But what you need to remember also is the realness of today. So there's a lot of people that's not blessed like you and I, who are struggling, right? Who don't got work, who are really hurting, who are really fearful. And the fact that you and I are in a position where we got too much business, where we can get caught up in the day-to-day emotional aspect of it, you just got to really remember, like, man, first off, this time is not going to last. And so I'm going to make the absolute most of it. I don't care if I made more money than I have ever made in my life last month. The bottom line is to keep pushing yourself. And one hack that I usually do, I treat our hustle like a game. And so your team doesn't do it. I think they do. They treat it like a scoreboard. And what you got to do is just remember every single day it starts over. Because I run into the same frustrations like, oh man, this processor ain't doing their job, or, you know, I got to put out this fire. And at the end of the day, that's why we get paid the big bucks, right? So you just got to put it in perspective and be like, man, you know, how much money did I make this month, or I'm about to make this month, or last month? And just be grateful about that. And it really comes down to, you know, your morning ritual and your daily habit. You know, every day when you put things in perspective as far as like, you know, what you're grateful for, you know, what you're happy about, the fact that you live in Irvine, bro. Like, I saw the apartment complex you walked out of right now. I know you probably paying like 3 G's in rent. You got a valet. You see what I'm saying? And so when you look at other people's lifestyle and they're making $1,600 or they're knee deep in debt and you're not, that's a reminder. The fact you're wearing a Gucci shirt right now, the fact that your shirt costs more than people's car payments right now is something to be not only excited about, but be thankful for. When you change the perspective, not just being about you, but being about the moment and being about other people, it changes. And not only that, but it also comes through your delivery. You see what I'm saying? And so look at it that way. And at the end of the day, we're still going to get caught up. We're still going to get frustrated. The bottom line is, imagine if you were like most of the other population, where you couldn't work, where you didn't know if you're going to make rent, if you didn't know if you're going to go to work, you didn't know. You see what I'm saying?